Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Beyond Light Season of the Lost intel. And with this season, some of the old Trials of the Nine weapons have returned and are available through the Prophecy Dungeon. If you remember playing Trials of the Nine, that was of course before it returned as Trials of Osiris. This makes the Prophecy Dungeon one of the best farmable activities currently in the game when it comes to acquiring PvP weapons, most notably the Judgment hand cannon and the pulse rifle. So I'm going to be sharing with you a really easy glitch that will allow a solo player the ability to farm some of these weapons every week. This is also great for if you're going for Pinnacle loot or a flawless run in the Prophecy. But before I get into all that information, I just want to remind everybody I'm still doing the giveaway on my YouTube channel. The next one will be at 50,000 subscribers. All you have to do to be entered into that giveaway is like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on all the post notifications, the bell that's right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. And as always, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into that giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, those secret hashtags stack between all videos. So if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, why not go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. So the first thing I want to cover is the build I was using for this particular run. It's pretty broken all around. I don't know if I would say it's glitched, but it certainly is working better than it ever did. I was using a Stasis warlock, fairly normal stuff as far as attributes is concerned. I was using, for aspects, the Ice Flare bolts, scattering and freezing targets, and of course I was using the Bleak Watcher grenade. For fragments, I was running Whisper of Shards and Whisper of Torment. Now, I actually don't even have all the fragments unlocked for my Warlock. These are the only two. I think I might have had one other, but you'll still be good regardless. For weapons, I had the Peace Bond sidearm, which allows you to shatter stasis turrets, stasis crystals, which is going to be a big part of this. I was using the Jotun simply because I wanted to use a solar damage fusion rifle, and a sword I was using Fallen Guillotine. I had Verity's Brow for my exotic armor piece with Well of Ordnance. I was also running Ashes to Assets, double stacking that mod, as well as a minor discipline mod, as grenades are going to be important. I had Stasis gauntlets on with elemental armaments, and double stacking grenade Kickstarter. On my chest piece, I had Font of Might, Concussive Dampener, Solo Resistance, and also another Discipline mod. On my boots, I was running a Protective Light, as well as Fusion Scavenger from my artifact and another Discipline mod. And on my class item, I had Thermoplastic Strike, which was helping me out with my fusion rifle, and Particle Deconstruction. That was really what was helping me out for my fusion rifle. Particle Deconstruction is absolutely a necessity when it comes to doing really any activity currently in the game, because fusion rifles are just the way to be. And the thing that I was really going for was the Judgment hand cannon. Now these are some rolls on the Judgment hand cannon. It can come with Steady Hand. These are of course the best probably for PvP. Accurized rounds, or tactical mag. Demolitionist. And on the fourth row, either Hidalgo, timed payload, or osmosis. So this is easiest done on a warlock, but when you spawn into the prophecy dungeon, the first thing you'll want to do is head up one of these tunnels that are on the top of the actual entrance hall as you come in. This will let you bypass the whole first section of this particular dungeon, and just use a sword to make your way up to the top. Once you're at the top, it might get a little bit more difficult if you're on, say, a hunter, but I actually think if you make sure that you have full sword ammo, so maybe go hit a raid banner before you actually enter the dungeon, you should be able to get up this no problem. Once you're underneath the ledge that cantilevers out, just make your way to the left and you can actually find your way up around it fairly easily. If you're on a warlock, I would suggest using heat rising is probably the easiest way to do this. Even if you don't have any sword ammo, simply by slashing forward will allow you to stay up there, and then just use a dash to get up. You can then from this point jump all the way across to the main platform. Of course, switch your subclass over to Stasis, as I was using Top Tree Solar for this particular jump, and then you can plant a banner and continue the raid as normal. So if you're just trying to farm out that hand cannon, which is available from the first encounter, that's the quickest way to get there. It's also a good way to bypass the first section if you're going for a solo run or a flawless run, and you just want to get past it without the risk of dying in that particular section. This also expedites the whole process by which we're going to be farming this particular encounter. Once you're up there, then of course change your build, and I like to stay on the edges. The Jotun really helped out a lot because it does a slight bit of AoE, plus with that mod you can basically stack the damage that you're doing against any of the yellow bar enemies. So 2 strikes, even though the first one might not do that much damage, 2 shots will always kill them, and it allows you to do it from a distance, plus the tracking helps so you don't have to be that accurate. Then just make sure you keep moving, and with the mods and Stasis the way they are, keep shooting as many of the frozen or crystallized enemies as you can, as that'll allow you to basically get your grenade back almost instantly. So you'll be able to, if you're doing it right, almost have 3 of the stasis turrets up at a time. I was always able to have at least 2 going. Usually I'd have the 3rd out right as the first one was ending. So just make sure that they're scattered, and it allows you a lot of room when it comes to dealing with all the adds, and you do a fair bit of AoE damage, because then you can just shoot the frozen ones with the Jotun, and it does a fair bit of AoE to the surrounding enemies. So I was never really that overloaded when it came to adds. The yellow bars really were the problem, because they are very tough and there's a lot of them, and as soon as you actually get to the point where you can deposit one of the motes, they actually spawn again. So I would maybe take them down to the fact that there's maybe 2. Try to deposit when there's 2 left, because I think you get slightly less spawns if you have 1 left on the field rather than none. You can also use the cutout part of the platform to sort of hide. If you need a minute, you can see it there to the left, but just know that the boss will also boop you if you're down there, but you can escape most of the ad damage down there. So hopefully that build helps. It's able to be done on almost all characters, I think. Maybe not quite as effectively as this one, but I can imagine there's a circumstance where it's even better. Of course, the exotic that you use for that build will be slightly different if you're doing this on a hunter or on a titan. And that's going to be it for all the information in today's video. Hopefully you found this information helpful. Get out there, get a judgment if you can. They really are great, and with the way Trials is now, being able to solo queue, it might be just the thing that gives you a little bit of a leg up over the competition. If you've watched this far, please leave a hashtag BeyondLight or hashtag Season of the Lost or a hashtag Prophecy Dungeon in the comments section down below. And as always, I am Wilhelm Scream. Of course, we will see you in the next video. Little!